Is it a matter of safety or a step too far? Why a major school district says hundreds of students could not come back to class. Want to ring in the new year surrounded by dogs? Well, who doesn't, right? We'll tell you how. Plus, sweet relief, why 2020 might be the year to end robocalls. 12 at 12 starts right now, 12 minutes, no commercials on TV and on the go on the 12 News app, Facebook, and YouTube. Hey guys, it's Crystal here. Happy New Year's Eve. Let's get to today's talker, shall we? Should public schools be able to make vaccinations mandatory? This question, as the entire Seattle Public School District says any students who do not have the measles vaccine won't be allowed back to class after the winter break. Cast your vote right now at 12news.com/bullhorn or comment down below if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. The results, minutes away. Hashtag most clicked. Here are the stories piquing everyone's interest right now. And number one, we're learning about the Arizona ties of the gunman who killed 2 people at a Texas church. Keith Noonan lived in Tucson for 10 years from 1996 to 2006. Pima County court records show he had a long criminal history, including assault, arson, and theft. Armed members of the Texas church's volunteer security team killed the 43-year-old. There's still no word on why Noonan opened fire. Our number 2 story. Starting today, you'll no longer be able to use Super Shuttle to get to or from Sky Harbor. Why? Well, the company is going out of business. But that's not the only change travelers will have to navigate in the new year. Uber and Lyft also have plans to suspend service after City Council voted to increase fares. Your best bet? Have a friend drop you off, hail a cab, or drive and park. At number 3, a high pollution advisory is in effect in Maricopa County, and it's also a no-burn day. So don't burn wood, as tempting as it might be with the chilly temps. The Arizona Department of Environmental Quality says pollution levels will likely exceed federal health standards and could reach the hazardous zone between midnight and 3 a.m. New Year's Day. So that advisory will likely keep its chokehold. Only on 12 News, the top 12 of 2019. Number 2 involves a baffling case, one like we've never seen. We're talking about Hacienda Healthcare and a nurse accused of sexually assaulting an incapacitated woman who then gave birth. Tram joins us with details on the long legal battle that's played out all year.
Phoenix 911, where patient just had a baby and we had no idea she was pregnant.
A 911 call reveals a staff of healthcare workers in shock.
She had a baby. What a baby? Look, there's a baby right there.
Inside this one-of-a-kind care facility in Phoenix, a woman no one, including doctors, thought was even pregnant, gives birth near full term.
Oh, the baby's turning blue, baby's turning blue!
The 29-year-old mom from the San Carlos Apache tribe was born with a seizure disorder and incapacitated.
This is a woman, she can't talk, barely respond to a stimulus like music. She's in a semi-conscious state. So she truly was a voiceless, defenseless victim of rape. And it became clear to us pretty early on that someone had access to her room. They likely had authority to gain access and had raped her on several occasions.
A blitz of investigators from the Phoenix Police Department collect DNA from dozens of employees.
If anyone has anything, if they have information for us that they think might help us in this investigation, we would like them to come forward.
Then a suspect emerges.
He had everybody fooled.
Investigators link Nathan Sutherland, a longtime nurse at the facility and a Christian musician on the side, as the father.
Sutherland worked overnight shifts with the victim and ended up being alone in the room with the victim, which we later found out was against the wishes of the victim's parents. This never should have been allowed.
We'd just really like to know, sir?
The doctor who oversaw the woman's care before she delivered her baby, shunning our cameras. The Arizona Medical Board later exonerating Dr. Tan Nguyen. He and his staff allegedly missed more than 70 potential signs the patient was pregnant, but the doctor never ordered an ultrasound. The investigation also exposed a loophole. A 1997 law gave Hacienda Healthcare exclusive rights to operate the care facility, and it didn't need a state license. In response, new leadership took over, and lawmakers required a license and video monitoring inside Hacienda Healthcare.
Lawmakers passed a long list of new requirements for these types of care centers to make sure the state's doing everything it can to prevent something like this from happening again.
So what's the #1 story of the year? Find out tonight on 12 News at 10. Checking your money lines now. 2020 may be the year you get fewer annoying robocalls. A new law went into effect yesterday, increasing fines for companies using the phone to peddle illegal financial schemes and other services. The Traced Act gives officials the authority to fine companies $10,000 for each illegally placed call. The new law comes after the Federal Communications Commission announced a nationwide crackdown on robocalls in June. Now, let's get a check of your New Year's Eve forecast 411. As we kiss goodbye 2019 and ring in the new year, temperatures will slip to 46 degrees in Tempe for the free New Year's Eve on Mill Avenue. The festivities get going at 6 o'clock, so join in on the fun with clear skies overhead. Mainly clear in Flagstaff for the pine cone drop and fireworks festivities, 14 degrees as the clock strikes midnight. 26 degrees at 12 a.m. in Prescott for the boot drop. If you're heading over to the iceberg drop in downtown Yuma, clear skies 47 on the thermometer, and temperatures sink to 17 degrees for the Torchlight Parade between 4 and 6:30. Clear skies at Arizona Snow Bowl. We're going to trade the clouds for sunshine to kick off 2020, but unfortunately, thumbs down to our air quality tomorrow. It's going to be pretty yucky in the morning, but then things will clear up as we get closer to the weekend. The sun will keep shining and then work its magic. For the first weekend of the new year, temperatures finally back above average near 70 degrees. Checking your pulse on health. Many of us will ring in the new year tonight by popping a bottle of champagne, but if you're not careful, you could end up with an eye injury. Doctors with the Cleveland Clinic say you should avoid jostling the bottle before you open it. Also, make sure you hold it at a 45-degree angle away from your face. Doctors say the corks can come out at pretty high speeds, fast enough to shatter glass, so it could harm anything that it may hit. You don't want to start the new decade with a black eye, do you? We've all heard it's better to give than receive, but science also suggests giving can actually ease physical pain. A peer-reviewed journal published a new series of studies Monday. Researchers said the studies found that people experiencing pain benefited instantly from charity and volunteer work. Researchers believe this is because of regions of the brain that react to painful stimulation. They say those areas seem to be deactivated during altruistic acts. And if you want to start the new year with volunteer work and want to be surrounded by dogs, well, Maricopa County Animal Care and Control has an opportunity for you. Volunteers are needed to keep dogs calm during New Year's Eve fireworks. The fireworks are fun for humans, but the loud noises can scare the animals. So some dogs just don't have an owner to comfort them. Help is needed from 11 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. All volunteers are welcome. Time now for A to Z 60, where we celebrate the people, places, and things that make the Valley awesome in just 60 seconds. As we wrap up 2019, we're taking a look back at some of the best A to Z 60s of the year, including a new pilot program taking education to new heights.
We all know that drones have really increased in popularity over the past few years, and the new Unmanned Aircraft Systems program here at Chandler Gilbert Community College is showing how the sky is the limit for how these can be used. It starts with no experience necessary.
I had never once flown a drone at all.
They will leave here within a semester having a certificate to be able to use these commercially.
Students start here in the simulation lab so they get an idea of how the drone works before they have their hands on a real drone out at the flight center.
I'm glad they had the flight simulators because I crashed a lot.
Chandler PD Officer Eric Berner is one of the first to complete the program.
This is the police department.
Announce yourself. They'll be.
In other news, for the first time all season, Herm Edwards isn't the most popular guy in the Arizona State locker room. New defense coordinator Tony White is the rock star this week. He's in his hometown of El Paso, where the Sun Devils take on Florida State in today's Sun Bowl. White said he had to get 100 tickets for friends and family. It's his first game in his new role. The kickoff was just a few minutes ago. Good luck to him, and go Devils! Well, if you do things, overdo them a little bit on New Year's Eve, well, you can start 2020 with a hangover brunch staple, but with a bizarre twist, as you can see. Red Lobster is rolling out a limited edition version of its Bloody Mary that comes with a lobster claw and topped with a jumbo shrimp in a cheddar biscuit. Red Lobsters around the country will have the lobster claw Bloody Mary in time for National Bloody Mary Day on January 1st, a day that, not so ironically, comes right after New Year's Eve. Alex Trebek is giving the latest on his pancreatic cancer battle. The 79-year-old previously said he was near remission, but now is indicating something different. The longtime Jeopardy host said he'll be undergoing chemotherapy again and that he's open to additional treatment methods as well. Trebek said the positivity he's been getting from his fans and loved ones has made the battle easier to endure. Back to today's talker now. Should public schools be able to make vaccinations mandatory? This question comes after the entire Seattle Public School District says any students who do not have the measles vaccine will not be allowed back to class after the winter break. We asked you what you thought. You've been sounding off. Right now, taking a current gauge at the polls, 93% saying yes, it's about safety, while a very slim number of you, only 7%, say no, it should be parents' choice. Keep voting. Just go to 12news.com/bullhorn. And those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube can go ahead and comment down below. Time now for the look ahead, the stories you'll be talking about a little later today. A new year means new laws. Find out what new rules go into effect at the stroke of midnight here in State 48 to make sure you don't get in trouble without even realizing it. All the facts on 12 News First at 4. And that's your 12 at 12, the facts on everything you need to know in just 12 minutes, no commercials. We're always on, anywhere, anytime, on 12news.com, the 12 News app, and on our socials as well. We'll see you next decade.